No matter what, this is going to be more expensive than you were planning. So just get over that emotional hurdle and you'll be able to make a level-headed decision. There are some accessories you need to make this a much better time. If you already had a DJI drone before, you've probably got one of those NC1 remotes lying around somewhere. They know by now you have 5 sitting in your closet that aren't being used. So now when they're selling drones, they're giving you an option to buy just the body only. So if you really want to save money, you can just get the body and use your old remote from the Mini 2 or something. 2 things I'm really insistent on when you buy a drone. 1, you have to get a second battery. You don't need 3. I don't care about you having 5 or 10. You just need 2. One of them in the drone when you're flying around, and then the second one charging in your car. It sucks when you want a second shot and you have 30% battery left. You know you don't have time to go over there set up correctly. Just get a second battery. The other thing is ND filters. These are just sunglasses for your camera. If you want to pursue this whole avenue and get cinematic movie looking footage, you have to get a slower shutter to get a softer looking image. It's easier on the eye. You won't notice this as a beginner. You will know this though when you develop some skill, and it's an amateur look you don't want. So just get some ND filters if you plan on pursuing this. The most important one is a 16 ND. You can even get them on Amazon if you want to get them there instead. The Mini 3 Pro ones also work with the Mini 3 because they have the same cover on the lens. The big debate here then is, do you want to take on an extra chunk of money to get that RC remote, the nice smart remote that comes with it? Unless you really need this money, I don't see why you would not do that. I can't believe how much it helps. If you're the guy who only flies your drone once a month, fine. You're the person who doesn't care about spending extra money and raising the price to get a smart remote. You can suck it up and just use the phone with the regular controller. If you plan to get into this whole drone thing though, I cannot overstate how important it is to remove a third variable. Your phone. You don't care how much your phone is charged. It's completely out of the picture. You just turn on the drone, turn on the remote, and you can fly away like that. The screen is really big, it's lightweight, it's bright. You can take pictures of yourself flying your drone now because your phone is free. Or if the phone is plugged into your car and you're playing music or something, you don't have to disconnect all that. You don't have to try and wiggle your giant phone into that weird awkward controller and then drop it, or have another cable to connect it. Since the Mini 3 came out, a lot of people, thousands that have signed up for my online course, the video course for drones. And between then and now, and me talking about this whole smart remote thing, not one person out of all those people has said they regret getting the smart remote. This used to cost an extra $800 to get a smart remote that worked with your drone, and it didn't work as well as this one. Incredible that you pay a little bit extra and you can get one with your drone now. The other thing is that once you buy this, any drones you get in the future for years are going to be compatible with this thing. I think DJI is trying to make all their drones uniform. Right now, the Air 2S, the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Cine, the Mini 3, and the Mini 3 Pro all work with this thing now. It makes it really easy to pull over when you see a sunset, hop out of your car, and go film. I fly a butt ton. I do this for work. So I've flown the huge ones, the little ones, everything in between. Even as much as I fly, I find myself wanting to fly a lot more now for leisure, on my own when I see a nice sunset, because I have this handy little smart remote. This one and the big one that came with the Mavic 3, they just make it so much more enjoyable that you will want to fly more. So if you're new, it's more inviting of the experience, which means you will fly more, you'll practice more, you'll enjoy it, and then you'll get better because you spend more time doing it. There is a fly more combo. It just bundles everything up with a bag, which is cool, extra props, and a battery charging hub. If money isn't super tight, it's a convenience thing. It will always be worth it to me because I do this a lot and for work. So the amount that I fly, it justifies paying for this. Some people would rather go bare bones to save a couple $100, so you be an adult and figure this out. The Fly More kit though does not come with ND filters. So even if you get the Fly More kit, I know it's annoying, but you would have to go to Amazon or something and get ND filters anyways, which that's fine if you want to do that as well. That's an option. One more thing to note. This is getting expensive, I know, and you can see the price climbing as you mentally commit to what package you want. If you're seeing it go up too high and you start thinking, why not just get the Mini 3 Pro? At this point, if that's your thought process, just get the Mini 3 Pro, even if it's used. The Mini 3 is for the person who's like, I want a drone. Give me a drone. If it works, whatever, I'll figure it out. I'm taking some real estate photos for my job. It's not a big deal. I'll use it once in a while. Fine. The Mini 3 Pro is for the person who's researching this nonstop all day, comparing specs, getting really into it, reading people's reviews and whatnot, and wants to go down this path and tell all their friends about it, even when it's unprompted and they keep trying to change the subject. It's a little bit better quality with the Mini 3 Pro. It's a little bit better experience as well. However, the important thing is that the film tools in there, the features it has, give you tons of room to grow, so the ceiling is higher for learning. It will take you longer to outgrow that drone because you have features that you're going to want to play around with with and experiment with, like a hyperlapse, for example, and you will have a really, really long time before you outgrow that drone because it can do so much. For photography though, the Mini 3 and the Mini 3 Pro are nearly identical. Aside from doing a hyperlapse, they have the same equipment. The Mini 3 only has bottom collision sensors, whereas the Mini 3 Pro has them on 3 sides. So if you're worried about crashing into a tree or something, that is an extra feature and it's just nice to have. The RC that comes with that one, the smart remote, also has 1080p, so the resolution is better. So you can see a little bit better on that smart remote, and it is noticeable when they're side by side. So think about that too, the end.